welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're here for a full review episode of the Four Roses Bourbon. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. All of my returning viewers, always good to see you. Come on in, let's get the show on the road. So for all the new people, let's do a quick rundown. So part 2, full review, is the second part in a 3-part series that Mr. Randy does when he does a whiskey, wine, libation review of sorts. Take one step back. Off the rip, I get the bottle home, crack it open, pour it in the glass. I have my first impressions, and I share them with you because sharing's caring. Part 2 is where we're at today, called the full review. I have whatever's left in the bottle. I give it enough time and space to see if there's any changes. Does it change for the better or for the worse? It is what it is. I go on the internet. All the wackos are on the internet, including yours truly. And I try and get as much information, and I usually end up with a lot less. And I try and bring it back here and try and get into a 10-minute time slot, which I regularly am starting to fail at now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you okay with the breaching the 10-minute time limit? It is what it is. So part 3, all the way down at the bottom, is called the final pour, and thusly named. We take that final pour, pour it in the glass, and we compare it to what? The first pour from off the rip and everything in between. So here we are today, part 2, full review of Four Roses Bourbon. Now, Mr. Randy has had, and a little more, please. A little more than that. There, yeah. Okay, thank you. You're so kind. So I've had the Four Roses Small Batch Select. And I've had the small batch the regular Four Roses Small Batch. If you've care to see those videos, go ahead and look back through the library. They're back there somewhere, way in the back, very way back. So we're going to go ahead and try and see if we can't coat this glass. There's a little bit of water in there. I cleaned it out, but I didn't dry it out completely. That'll just kind of mellow it out a little bit more, I guess. So viscosity on this one is relatively good. You can see it's got some fat legs wanting to form on that. Look at that. That's pretty nice. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So we're going to break out Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale, and off camera, we're going to try and nail this down. I forget what they said on the website. I think I might have it written down. It looks like a Palo Cortado sherry. I know there's an E missing. I haven't fixed it yet. Tuck that away. We'll just forget about the E's for the moment. And let's get to the nose. I'm going deep. There's that ethanol way in the back. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Now we'll go lightly. Peanuts. Light oak. Some kind of sweetness. I can't quite pick it out as vanilla. But there is some caramel. You can definitely get some caramel. I forgot to prompt the notes. Four Roses Bourbon Whiskey. So this is a 5 to 6 year age statement. Now, this distillery did kind of kick off back in 1888. Wow, that's really going way back. Not quite 1776 back, but 1888, just fine and dandy. Mr. Randy paid just under $20 out the door on sale. These usually cost $30 to $40 a bottle. Majority that I found were $35 to $40. I got it on sale for $20 out the door. What do you think about that? I got this bottle for $20 out the door. I'm glad it was on sale as such. This is a 40% or 80 proof. This is the basic or baseline expression from Four Roses. Now, the story behind the Four Roses is that the guy that started the distillery and the mash bill and what have you, I can't remember his name. I did not write that down. I do apologize, sir. He took his beloved to a ball, and upon her he placed a corsage of Four Roses. I guess that kind of made a very big significance in his relationship. And he dedicated this spirit to her. And instead of using her name, I guess, he decided that the one thing that stuck out was his corsage of Four Roses. The nose is not very pleasant, but it is better than a few other that I've had at this proof and price point. On the nose, I'm getting a sort of sourness, dustiness, little peanut, some kind of almost citrus. It's almost citrus on like a spicy sort of spikiness to it on the sourness, which kind of somewhat translate to an orange. But moving on, let's go ahead and get on the palate. It's got some pretty good viscosity. It transfers decently enough. It is quite juicy. It's not very dry in the sense. That second palate, it's always better than the first. There is a little bit of I don't know. We're gonna get one more. That's just okay. That is just okay. So there's a deep, dark mellowness, like a bitter, some kind of fruit, but nothing like juicy and bright and sweet like an apple. Some kind of, I don't know, some kind of fruit that's kind of dark and mellow and slightly bitter. It's not really doing anything for me other than putting some proof in me. Let's go ahead and just get this finish on. As I aspirate, I'm getting a lot of that dry, dusty peanut again. You get a tip on the tip of the tongue, the cheeks, and the jowls. Tip of the tongue, cheeks, and jowls. I'm waiting for the heat to start to build up on the back end. But we're going to move on. We'll skip over my score for just a moment and we're going to go to the My Fair price. Now, I did get this on sale for $20. Usually bottoms out at $30, pushes up to $40 in some places. I would probably put My Fair price on this being sub $20. I hope I didn't step on any toes and hurt any feelings on that one. There are more $20 bottles out there I would abso-freaking-lutely love to have instead of this one. I do appreciate it as a first experience, and now we've moved on. Of course, I go ahead and say, would I buy this again? No. Would I accept it as a gift in order to see if maybe somehow I got a bad bottle and a bad batch? I would accept it. I would try it again. And would be fairly so done with transparency. My score on this is going to be a weak 3 out of 5. It's not offensive in any manner. It's not special on any terms. It simply is an 80 proof bourbon. Now, if it was a regular $20 bottle of bourbon, I would say it would be fair. Although I do say that the other two expressions from Four Roses that I've had, the small batch and the small batch select, were better. Much, much better. Thusly so, of course, because we went up in proof quite a bit. And the recipe changed quite a bit as well. Now, there are these single barrels, which are such a multitude and a plethora and a cornucopia of such. That's going to be later down the line. We might pick one of those up here and there, or might do one big blowout where we just do every single one of them in a row. Haven't quite decided on that one yet, but there it is. Week 3 out of 5. Good for a sub $20 bottle, in my opinion. Let me know what your opinion is down in the comments. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. It's going to be okay. It's an okay one. Yeah, it's okay.